Ever wondered how crucial your single vote could be in shaping the future of a whole country? Just imagine for a moment you holding in your hands the power to mold the destiny of a nation. That power, my friends, is the power of a single vote. A vote, you might think, is just a small drop in a vast ocean, but it's these drops that make the ocean. Every vote carries with it the aspirations, hopes, and dreams of a citizen. It is the most potent tool in our hands to bring about the change we wish to see. Today, we're about to embark on a fascinating journey. A journey that will take us into the heart of two unique nations nestled in the diverse landscape of South Asia, Bhutan and Bangladesh. Two countries, two recent elections, and two distinct stories of democracy. Democracy, as we know, is more than just casting a vote. It's about people's power to choose their leaders, to voice their opinions, and to shape their own future. Elections are the bedrock of a thriving democracy, the pulse that keeps it alive and vibrant. They are the platform where the collective will of the people comes into play, where every single vote becomes a part of a larger narrative. In the political landscape of South Asia, these two nations, Bhutan and Bangladesh, stand out with their unique stories. Bhutan, the land of the thunder dragon, with its gross national happiness index, and Bangladesh, the land of rivers, with its battle-scarred history of independence. Each with its own tale of democracy, each with its own electoral journey. 40% vote turnout in the Bangladesh elections, and a peaceful conclusion of the Bhutan parliament elections. Two different narratives, yet both testaments to the power of a single vote. So, buckle up, for we're about to delve into the history, the struggles, the victories, and the hopes that these elections have brought to the people of Bhutan and Bangladesh. Now, let's delve into the heart of these two diverse nations and their unique electoral journeys. Bhutan, the land of the thunder dragon, recently concluded its parliamentary elections. But what led to this moment? Let's delve into the chronicles of this democratic dance. The journey to the ballot box in Bhutan is one of peaceful participation and civic duty. It all began with the call to polls, a nationwide announcement inviting citizens to exercise their right to choose their leaders. The key issues that dominated the election landscape were economic sustainability, youth unemployment, and the preservation of Bhutan's unique cultural heritage. These issues, along with the government's response to the global pandemic, were at the forefront of the electoral dialogue. Candidates from across the political spectrum stepped forward, each with their own vision for Bhutan's future. This led to a vibrant and healthy competition of ideas and policies reflective of a thriving democracy. The election process, a testament to Bhutan's commitment to democratic principles, was meticulously planned and executed. From voter registration to the final vote count, every step was transparent and accountable. And what about voter turnout? It was exceptionally high. Bhutan's citizens, young and old, urban and rural, turned up in droves to cast their votes. This high voter turnout is a testament to the Bhutanese people's trust in their democratic system and their belief in the power of their vote. The elections were conducted peacefully, without any major incidents of violence or electoral malpractices. This peaceful conduct is a reflection of Bhutan's deeply ingrained respect for law and order. The Bhutanese people have spoken, and their choices will shape the country's future. They have chosen their leaders, not through force or fear, but through a peaceful and democratic process. Their voices, expressed through their votes, will guide Bhutan on its path forward. But how does this compare to its South Asian neighbor Bangladesh? In Bangladesh, the electoral story unfolds differently. With a 40% voter turnout, the country's political future hangs in the balance. The Bangladesh elections are a complex tapestry, woven with threads of deep-seated issues, ambitious candidates, and formidable challenges. Let's unravel this tapestry thread by thread, in chronological order. The elections kicked off with a diverse array of candidates, each with their unique visions for the country. From economic reforms to social justice, their platforms encompassed the broad spectrum of Bangladesh's pressing needs. But beneath the surface of these electoral promises lay the bedrock of profound issues that the country grapples with. Corruption, a persistent menace, gnaws at the roots of Bangladesh's political structure. It's an issue that has permeated the fabric of society, from the highest echelons of power to the grassroots level. Then there's the challenge of human rights. With episodes of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings, the electoral landscape is marred by a struggle for justice and accountability. Add to these, the socio-economic disparities and environmental concerns, and you have a daunting maze of issues that the candidates must navigate through. But the real challenge lies not in addressing these issues, but in convincing the people that change is possible. This brings us to the 40% voter turnout. A figure that speaks volumes about the public's disillusionment with the political process. Behind this low turnout lie a multitude of reasons. Voter intimidation, fears of violence, and widespread allegations of vote rigging have cast a long shadow over the elections. Then, there's the pervasive sense of political fatigue, a feeling that no matter who comes to power, the status quo remains unchallenged. Yet, amidst this grim scenario, there's a glimmer of hope. There's a burgeoning demand for change, a desire to break free from the shackles of the past and chart a new course for the future. In the face of adversity, the Bangladeshi people are seeking change, but what does this mean for the country's future? Bhutan and Bangladesh, two nations with contrasting electoral landscapes. But what do these elections mean for their futures? As we've seen, Bhutan's parliamentary elections concluded smoothly, reflecting a maturing democracy. This potentially heralds a future of stability and continued growth, with an emphasis on gross national happiness over gross domestic product. Meanwhile, Bangladesh's 40% voter turnout indicates a struggle for democracy. Policies may shift, international relations could be strained, and societal impact is a given. In Bhutan, we may see a strengthened focus on environmental conservation and cultural preservation, while in Bangladesh, the struggle for democracy may lead to increased civil unrest, or a push for reform. Internationally, these elections could influence relationships within South Asia and beyond, shaping economic, environmental, and political landscapes. As we venture into the future, the implications of these elections will manifest in ways we can't fully predict. As the dust settles on these elections, one thing is clear. The voice of the people, however loud or soft, will always shape a nation's destiny.